Yo, what's up, guys? So today I'm gonna give you guys my NFL predictions for the playoffs. So let's get right into it. The first game is the Colts and Bills. So in this one, the Colts have shown that they have a capable defense, but the Bills are like the hottest team in the NFL right now. So if I had to choose one for sure, if my life depended on it, I would go with the Bills. But I do think that the Colts can win the game due to them having a defense that they've shown to be dominant before. And then they also have a seasoned vet like Phillip Rivers compared to the Bills only having Josh Allen. Um, Overall, I'll say the Bills will win this one. I'll say 30 to 24. So, yeah, the next game after that is the Rams and Seahawks. Now, this is an interesting game. I think that the Rams have a really great defense. They've been the number one defense for the past few weeks to end the season. The Seahawks, of course, they have Russell Wilson. They have a good pass rush now. So for this one, I'm going to have to give it to the. This is a tough one, I'm not going to lie. I would say that the Rams would beat the Seahawks, but due to Goff being inconsistent, I don't know how their offense is going to fare against the Seahawks. Really improved D line. I mean, they had a really big problem at D line, and then they got Carlos Dunlap, and that really changed them. Then they got Sack Boy, Jamal Adams. So I'll say the Seahawks will win this one. I'll say the Seahawks will win this one 24 to 20 in a pretty close game. But I say the Seahawks will win this one. Now next we got Bucks versus Washington football team. So Washington football team is honestly a team that's better than their record a little bit because their defense is really good, but they don't have like a good offense at all. They can like score because they have Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, but they're not really an impressive team. They went 7-9 for the season, but they're in because they won the division, of course. And then the Bucks, they have honestly one of the most talented rosters. They have a seasoned vet, one of the best quarterback of all time, probably Tom Brady. So, although I don't think it will be a blowout or anything, I'm gonna take the Bucks over Washington. Of course, they're just a better team. Washington's still young. They got a good D line, and that's one thing that can get to Brady, a really good pass rush. So we'll see if football team can be motivated, get to the quarterback. They could win this game, but I'll definitely give it to the Bucks because like it's Tom Brady, and they just have too much talent on their team to lose a game like this versus the football team. So I'll say the Bucks win this one 34 to 23. And so yeah, let's move on to the next one. We got Ravens and Titans. Now this is a rematch from last year. We all know what happened. Lamar Jackson was the MVP, number one ranked team, and he could not get it done versus the Tennessee Titans. Now that was last year. This is a different year. Lamar Jackson has really stepped up after having a bad start to the year, I feel like. The Titans just have a bad defense overall, a terrible pass rush, but they have Derrick Henry, King Henry, 2,000 yards on the season. So congrats to him on that. And he's capable of getting like 200 yards almost every game. So I would still have to give this one to the Ravens. I feel like they get their revenge. The Titans their defense won't cut it in a playoff game versus the Ravens. The Ravens have been playing really good. They blow out teams that are bad, but they kind of struggle versus teams that are good, like the Titans. But due to the Titans have a bad defense comparable to the teams that are bad, I would say that the Ravens will win this one pretty convincingly. I'd say like the score is going to be 31 to 20. Yeah, I think the Ravens will get this one in the bag. So the next game we got is the Bears and Saints. So this is an interesting game. I really didn't expect the Bears to be in the playoffs after starting off well, then going on like a 6 or 7 game losing streak. It's really a miracle that the Bears made it. And so they'll be playing against the Saints. Now, the Saints and Bears have both dealt with tragedy from the Cody Parkey kick.
Hits the upright again. That's impossible.
To the Saints getting worked by Stephon Diggs.
Steps into it. Pass is caught.
But if the Saints are healthy, with Kamara expected to be back, Michael Thomas should probably be back by then. Uh, I think the Saints, if they have everyone healthy, this should be a pretty convincing win. I would say the Bears really can't score like that, especially versus a good run defense that the Saints have. I mean, I'll give the Bears like 13 points to maybe, I want to say 30. No, I'll say 27-13 final score, Saints versus Bears. The Bears just aren't talented enough to keep up with the Saints. The Saints were a really good team this season, even when they had Taysom Hill under center. So, yeah, I said the Saints to get this one 27-13. In the final game of the wild card, we got the Browns and Steelers. Now, this is a rematch from two games that they had in the season, of course, because they were in the same division. Um, but just recently, Mason Rudolph played against Myles Garrett. We know how that went last year with all that like debacle and stuff. But yeah, the Browns trolled Juju after this past Week 17 game, dancing and stuff. And Juju obviously danced after his touchdown celebration that he got in this past game on Week 17. So this should be an interesting rivalry again to see in the playoffs. Now, I could see both teams winning here. The Browns have a really good offense, a really good offensive head coach, Kevin Stefanski. Um, but the Steelers, they have Mike Tomlin, Juju, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Big Ben, a really potent pass rush. And, of course, the Browns still have a potent pass rush as well. Sheldon Richardson, Myles Garrett, one of the best defensive ends in the league. But their defense, other than that, then the secondary is not really good. They have Denzel Ward, but, like, they don't really have anything too crazy in the secondary. So, overall, I think this is going to be a really, really good game, a close game. But I'm going to overall give it to the Steelers in this one. I'm going to say the score is going to be 26-30. Final score being the Steelers winning. So, overall, I have the Bills advancing, the Seahawks advancing, the Bucks advancing, the Ravens advancing, the Saints advancing, and the Steelers advancing. So yeah, that's my NFL playoff predictions. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Whoa. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And thanks. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.